What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. FantasyTeamAdvisors.com, bringing home the bacon NBA betting and trends video for Tuesday, February 6th, 2024. We are back. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Hopefully you checked out yesterday's video. At the end of this video, I'm going to link the our Super Bowl video. So I put out a 16-minute Super Bowl video of bets that we like, then we kind of build around. So I think it's the 5 bets that I like and then some touchdown bets. And we kind of go discuss a little bit of those. So if you want to check that out, click the link there. We are aggregating some sheets from Twitter. These are all on Twitter, and these are some of the bets. They have the best matchups. They have trends over the last 10 games. We're going to look at that, and then we'll go from there. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, get those down below. Hit the like button. Click on the ads on this video. Definitely helps us out. If you haven't already, at the end of this video, I'm going to link both the Super Bowl betting video and the NBA DFS betting video for Tuesday. So that being said, we're very excited to bring you this information. If you have any questions, let me know either here or you can join. In the description of this video is the Discord channel. You can always join that. We discuss DFS. We discuss lineup building. We discuss bets. We discuss anything you guys want in that channel. So definitely check that out. So we just kind of look real quick. Houston versus Indy. We've got Indy as 7.5 point favorite. We've got a 242.5 over under. Orlando versus the Heat. Heat are 2.5 point favorites right now. Over under of only 212, so it's very low. Same thing. Memphis and the Knicks. Knicks are a 14.5 point favorite. So this is definitely one where if you're sports betting, you want to take advantage of obviously the Knicks players, depending on who it is. Probably Jalen Brunson. Probably Josh Hart. There'll be some that pop up. But again, 14.5, this is one that scares me a little bit, especially if they actually do get up pretty big. If you take certain players in that game, maybe they sit the fourth quarter, maybe they get into foul trouble and it's a blowout, they could sit and we could be screwed. So it's definitely one to look at. We've got Dallas versus Brooklyn. Dallas being a 2.5 point favorite, 236.5 over under. We've got Minnesota versus Chicago. The Timberwolves are a 5 point favorite right now, 216.5. There's a lot of over-unders that are kind of lower than expected. Anything lower than 220, it kind of scares me a little bit. I don't want a ton of exposure to, but there might be those one-off players. We've got OKC versus the Jazz. OKC being -3. Or they're 3 point favorites right now with a 240 over under. And then Milwaukee Phoenix. So Milwaukee Phoenix, we can sports bet. For whatever reason, we cannot do that on DFS, at least on DraftKings anyway. We've got Phoenix being a 3.5 point favorite. Obviously, that opens up some value. 243.5 over under is what we're looking at there. So let's dig in and take a little gander at what we have on these sheets. So these are the over-under sheets. We kind of look at this. These are the over-under and hit rate percentages in their last 10 games. So looking at this, Alperen Sengun here. Yes, I may pronounce the names incorrectly. It doesn't affect the stats. It has nothing to do with looking at odds and stats. So if I apologize and instead of saying I ruin the video or I lose all credibility because I can't pronounce Alperen Sengun or whoever else it is, let me know how to say it. Anyway, I digress. So, in his last 10 games, 9 times out of 10, he has hit over 9.5 rebounds. So, 10 plus rebounds is what I would take here at -132. So, at the end of this video, I'll just kind of throw in like the top 5 picks here for overs, and we'll see what the odds are in that as like a little parlay. You guys seem to like that when we did that before. So, we'll try it again. So, next one, Kyrie. Is he back? Is he good? Is he healthy? I don't think he's 100%, but I think he's still good enough to go there. So we look at him in his last 10 games that he's played, not the last 10 games Dallas has played. 90% of the time, he has hit over 10.5 rebounds plus assists, so the number is at 11. So 11 plus rebounds and assists, he's hit that 90% of the time. You've got one that maybe you haven't even heard of unless you dig in and you play DFS or you sports bet a lot. Haywood Highsmith here, last 10 games, 90% of the time, he's had over 1.5 rebounds. Wendell Carter, 90% of the time, over half of three-pointer made, so 1 plus 3-pointers made there. Alex Caruso, he did have a questionable tag last I looked, so this is definitely one I'd look at, but 9 times out of 10, he's gotten over 2.5 blocks plus steals. We go to Rudy Gobert, the guy that brought COVID to the NBA. 90% of the time, he's gotten at least 1 assist in the game. Next one, Simone Fontecchio. I don't know how to say his name, but I know 9 times out of 10, he's gotten at least 4 rebounds in a game. Then we've got Malik Beasley for Milwaukee, 1+ assist. It's at minus 224 right now. 9 times out of 10, he's played that. And then we've got 3 Pacers players right now. We've got Tyrese Halliburton. 80% of the time, he's had at least 16.5 points plus rebounds. My problem is he's got an injury that they've been monitoring and they've been kind of nursing. And he's only played right around 20 minutes a game. Now, I don't know if this takes into effect him playing 20 minutes a game or averaging. This is one that I might kind of go away from just because the minutes, he could get that, 17 points plus rebounds in 20 minutes. I don't like those odds. I'd rather him play a full game. So I'm probably off the Tyrese Halliburton one. This one just feels like a trap right now at minus 122. People are going to be like, those odds, those are pretty good. I'm probably off of that one. We've got Pascal here. 80% of the time his last 10 games, he's made at least 1 3-pointer. And then Aaron Nesmith, he's had at least 1 turnover in 80% of those last games. Jalen Green for the Rockets, over 1 steal, minus 179, 80% of the time. And then 2 Nets players, Michael Bridges, 3+ 3-pointers made, minus 166, 80% of the time. And Nick Claxton, 1+ steal, 80% of the time there. So, again, with the Nets, some of these games are on the second leg of a back-to-back. So that's definitely something to monitor, something to look at, think about as well. So you could, another way to do it would be dig in a little bit and then see, like, this player did this on the second game of a back-to-back and see how they've, first game on back-to-back, how the stats they did, and then second game, see if it went down, see if the minutes played went down, just see what happened. So that being said, another one, positive mismatch sheets here. So these are ones that are in a good store here. And what this is Cody's NBA positive mismatch sheet. The problem is Luka had a pretty bad game last night. Didn't come through. I think he had 30 fantasy points on FanDuel. Not enough, especially when you're paying up for him. DraftKings-wise, same thing. So sports betting is a little bit different. Brooklyn Nets, they ranked 29th against the point guard for points. Luka at 30-plus points. The alt line, 80% of the time in his last 10 games, he's hit that. Brooklyn, 28th against point guard in rebounds. Luka, 8+, 80% of the time his last 10 games. Move on, Chicago Bulls, points. They ranked 27th against the power forward. That's Karl Anthony Towns. Really like him in Minnesota as a stack today. Especially, I like the Knicks as a stack today as well. But you've got Towns, 15-plus points, 80% of the time. Then the Bulls, 30. Their defense is ranked 30th against the points versus the shooting guard, Anthony Edwards, 5+ assists, 70% of the time. Then we move to Dallas Mavericks on defense. So look at 2 players for Brooklyn. We've got Dallas ranking 30th against power forward, Cam Johnson, 10+ points, 70% of the time. Or you can take Michael Bridges, 2+ assists, 90% of the time in the last 10 games. We could look at that. Then we go into the Houston Rockets defense here. So Rockets against a small forward, they rank 27th. In rebounds, Aaron Nesmith, 4+. He's hit that 90% of the time. Rockets, 29th against the shooting guard, Andrew Nembhard, 10+ points and 2+ rebounds. Now, the problem is Nembhard has only hit 2+ rebounds 5% or 50% of the time, or 5 out of the last 10 games. That one is a very low one. I'd probably stay away from that. Alperen, again, Indiana Pacers against the center position. They rank 30th. Alperen assists, 5+ assists, 80% of the time. So you can see this on the screen if you want to look at it. It's right there. I will be right back, and we will take some of these plays and we will build around them to see what what a parlay looks like or straight bets look like. So let's just take a look. If you feel confident about this, if we could look at this, ones that are 90% of the time, maybe that's the kind of thing you want, is a 90% of the time. So Alperen at 9.5 rebounds We'll go rebounds, and then we'll also take him for the assists. So 5 plus assists and 10 plus rebounds. So let's dig in. Let's get into Houston here. We're going to have to do a same game parlay. We're going to have to do assists. And like I said, the assists here were 5 plus assists. So let's see if they've got alt assists. So 5 plus assists. And then we come to this one, 9.5 rebounds. So 10 plus rebounds in this one. So go to rebounds. Wait a minute. 9.5 rebounds, 90% of the time. Oh, that's okay. Okay, there we go. So we can put those two in there. Let's just put those two in there right off the bat. So then we kind of want to go to other ones we feel confident about. Depending on where you're at and what I kind of feel like I want some Brooklyn here. So let's take a look. We've got both Cam Johnson and Michael. So I'd go Michael Bridges, 2 plus assists against Dallas. So let's go Michael Bridges. So come into Brooklyn. Let's go Brooklyn players. Let's go same game parlay. If you want to, combine same game parlay, whatever you want to do, we can look at that. So we kind of see that Michael Bridges 2 plus assists. So let's see what the line is right now for assists. Over 3.5. So if we come down here and go Michael Bridges alt assist, that's 5. So you could use this. It just depends the line. You probably other books, FanDuel might have it, BetMGM, ESPN Bet. So let's go Michael Bridges 4 plus assists, and this is just an instance. Okay. Or if you feel confident, let's see. Michael Bridges 3 3-pointers made. Let's instead of assists, let's go 3-pointers made. Over 2.5 minus 150. So over 2.5. So 3, 80% of the time. So I feel confident with this. So we could look at that one. And then another one would be, so Cam Johnson, the points, 70% of the time. I'm kind of scared about that one. A little bit. We come down. Let's look a little bit here. Nick Claxton, 1 steal. 80% of the time. So let's go. And I don't always love a steal. I don't love the defense, like these kind of plays. But if we were just to look at like player defense and steals. So Nick Claxton, 1 steal. Over a half is plus 160. So if you're looking at this, 2 picks here, 2 picks there, we're at plus 529, which isn't bad. Those odds are pretty good. So you could look at something like that, or we could look at possibility of coming through here, and then we see. So let's go to Milwaukee. Let's add one more same game parlay, same game plus parlay here. We'll go through. We'll go the last game on the slate. We'll go Milwaukee. We'll go same game parlay. We look at this. We see that, or it would be, sorry. We're going with Yusuf Nurkic here. 2 plus assists, 100% of the time his last 10 games. So go to assists and go to Yusuf Nurkic. So we go to Nurkic here. 2 plus, that's 3.5. Can we get, there we go. That's 5. So you could get this. Oh, and it just locked. Oh, there we go. Over 3.5. So let's say 4 assists in this game. It's locked again. Why is it locking? Why is this game locking as we speak? Okay. They're changing the odds on us as we build this. So we look at that. We see that. So Devin Booker, 25 plus points. Didn't get it for us last time. Bradley Beal, 5 plus assists 80% of the time. Or Bradley Beal. So let's go Bradley Beal, 5 plus assists. So we'll go with assists. Bradley Beal, alt assist, 5 plus. And let's take Bradley Beal, 4 plus rebounds. Okay, so we'll go to 4 plus rebounds here. Bradley Beal, that's 4.5. So Bradley Beal alt rebounds, that's 8. So we'll go with 5. Depending on the line, maybe you can pay it down of other books. So if we take these 3 same game parlays, we look at this: Rockets, Pacers, Mavs, Nets, Bucks, Suns, plus 28.25. Now, again, not necessarily the way to go, but, you know, put $1 on this, put $5 on this, whatever your units are, let's try it. Like, it's exciting. Yes, these are just some of the bets. This is not, I'm not telling you lock it in. I'm not Vegas Dave where he doesn't lose ever. We do lose some bets. If you go to fantasyteamadvisor.com and you check out the link there, you will see our red and you will see our green. We've been more green than red lately, which is awesome. I have not added up the entire NBA season to see what our hit rate is, but I will at some point. Probably the All-Star break. I'll do a recap of the first half of our bets. You can go to fantasyteamadvisor.com, FTA Plus, purchase that. You got DFS and sports betting. We've got NASCAR coming up when it starts again. We've got PGA this week. We've got NFL bets for the Super Bowl. We've got NBA. MLB is on the horizon. So that's what I've got in the video today. Good luck, and as always, let's bring up some bacon. Peace.